All right, we're on lesson 1-3. We're going to evaluate a lot of expressions. Remember, an expression, numerical expressions don't have variables. Once we put variables involved in it, then it becomes an algebraic expression. So we're going to be working more with algebraic expressions like this. So x minus y, don't forget your PEMDAS. This is really important. Your order of operations will exist always and forever. We have to have a method in which we all do the same thing in order to get the same answer. So make sure you really understand that process. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to evaluate this algebraic expression if x is 27 and y is 12. So all we're doing is substituting the numbers in place of the variables. So we have 27 minus 12 plus 6. It's 15 plus 6, and then you end up with 21. And that's it. So make sure when you show your homework, you show your process. Show me how you wrote from an algebraic expression to a numerical expression, and then what you got for your final answer. Make sure not to use a calculator. So same process with this. I'm going to substitute the 7 in for A and the 11 in for B, and you'll get an answer of 8. So 7 goes here and 11 goes here. In order of operations, I just go from left to right because it's addition and subtraction. Remember, if there's no symbol, it means to multiply. So this is actually 6 times y, which is 4, minus 4 times x, which is 3. No, there's no z. The next problem, there will be a z. So you don't need to use the z for this algebraic expression. But you'll go on to solve this, and you'll have 24 minus 12, and then you're done. Okay? I'll run through it real quick. They substitute it, they do it, we're done. This one is going to be z minus x divided by y. So you're going to substitute, no, they write it like that. I don't want to write it like that. Let's do 7 minus 3 divided by 4. So think about 7 minus 3 is 4, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 and done. As you notice, when we go a little bit deeper into the slides, it always levels it up slightly. Looks scarier than it is. Just keep that in mind. Just remember that. 5 times z, which is 7, plus 3 plus 4 times 4 minus 15. So think of the order that you're going to do things. You want to definitely do your multiplication. You want to work inside this parentheses. So you got 16 here, right? And so I have 19 minus 15. And now you can just go ahead and do the whole process. I actually did it for you. Let me show you. Substitute, solve. 35 plus 19 minus 15 equals 39. Done. Okay, so try A. Go ahead and pause this and try to do each one of those on your own. I'm going to show you the answers. Make sure you got them. First one is 3, second one is 6, and the third answer is 11. For this one, I just want to make sure you're okay with it. It's m times n, so m times n divided by 6. So 9 times 4 is 36. 36 divided by 6 gives you 11. This one is 6 plus 8 times 4 minus 3 times 9. So there's a couple things that you can do or make simple mistakes on when you do your first assessment. It's just basic math skills. So be really careful on your basic math skills. So make sure you multiply things right and make sure you subtract things right. That's the only thing that could, and make sure you do the order of operations correctly. This one going back up is 5 times 6 minus 3 times 9. So we're going to translate. So before in 1.1, we were translating numerical expressions. Now we're translating algebraic expressions. So 35 more than the number of tickets sold. Well, do you know how many tickets you sold? No. So it's just going to be t plus 35, or 35 plus t. Does it matter if I write t plus 35 or 35 plus t? Nope. There's a property called the commutative property that says it doesn't matter in the order in which you multiply or add things. That's called the commutative property. The difference of 6 times, remember I said product, sum, difference, and quotient always connect with and. So 6 times a number and 10. Notice I didn't write the multiplication sign. You don't need the multiplication sign. You don't even need to say that when you read this. This is 6n minus 10. You don't need to say 6 times n because it is assumed if you put a number next to a variable, which this is called a coefficient, next to a variable, it's just a multiplication problem. That's a known in math. 8 less than the number of cookies baked. Okay, so this is a tricky one. Anytime you see the word than, you need to flip what you see. So it's 8, you need to write it backwards. So I'm going to write it from right to left instead of left to right whenever I see the word than. So it's 8 less than the cookies baked. So you have the cookies and it's 8 less than that. So this one has the word sum. Remember, sum, difference, product, and quotient connect with and. 12 and 5 times a number. There you go. Okay, East Middle School, you're gonna write an expression that can be used to find the total money. Each middle school sold tickets for a school play. The price of an adult ticket was $3 and the price of a student ticket was $1. So what would the expression be? Well, you don't know how many adult tickets you sold, plus you don't know how many student tickets you sold. Okay, I want you to notice a couple things here. First of all, variables are always lowercase. There are certain exceptions to that rule. A lot of times in geometry, we use uppercase letters. But for our purposes, when we're writing algebraic expressions, we will use lowercase letters. Preferably not the letter S because it looks like a 5. So, but I usually like to make it what I'm talking about. So $3 times the number of adult tickets plus $1 times the number of student tickets. Do I need the 1 there? No, I don't need the 1. The 1 is a special number. 1 times S is S, so I don't need to write it. Can you write it? Preferably not, because it wouldn't be in its simplest form, and we always want to try to make things in its simplest form. We try to make math not look difficult. So our sole goal all the time is to simplify a problem. So there's your expression. Now you're going to take that expression and you're going to answer this question. So you're going to do 30 times 70 plus 85. 1 times 85, which is 85. There you go, $295. So we do it again. Go ahead and pause and try to do it. There's your expression. There's your answer. Done. Good luck.